Hey guys, James here, back with another video. Now, as you've read from the title, today is all about the desk right here, the Omnidesk Pro. Now, this video is pretty much going to be a teardown of my old setup and a tutorial slash setup of this desk. Now, I'll leave my full review and the full desk tour probably for another video, so make sure you subscribe and don't miss out on that. Now, there will be time codes and chapters for the various parts of the video, so if in the description and in the chapters below. So if you want to skip ahead, by all means, you can do that. Now, just a bit of background on this desk. So I actually found this desk via OzBargain during the Boxing Day sales of 2019, and it was going up for 50 to 60% off, and I decided to really jump on that. Later, I actually reached out to Aftershock, who was selling this desk, and they said that they'll be happy to refund half the cost if I did a setup video of it. So a big shout out to Aftershock for making that happen. Now, I've actually had this desk set up for quite some time, pretty much back in February, but I haven't had time to actually get around to making this video until today. Apologies for the delay, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, I'm going to hand it over to my past self to give a tour of my previous desk setup back from February 2020 this year. And then we'll go into the teardown and the setup of this awesome desk behind me. So this is my current setup. This is actually the first time I'm actually showing my setup to you guys. I've never done a setup video before, so this is my setup for video editing, gaming, media consumption, everything. It's what I use. The IKEA Lindemann desk. It is a 2-meter desk. I've also got the IKEA Alex drawers here. Now it is white, and so I'm switching to the black with the Omnidesk Pro. But just quickly, before we get into things, some of the stuff which I didn't like about this IKEA table, the depth of the table isn't that great. So essentially this is my normal resting position, but if I want to do anything else, like if I want to write something, I don't really have the space to do that. The depth of this is 60 mil. So 60 mil from here to there. It's not that good. So I'm hoping the Omnidesk will help with that, with the new table size. There is a center shaft, so when I do sit down, my legs do kind of hit that sometimes, so that's also not too great. Now, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this in the video, but the table wobbles a lot. So just leaning my hand against it, it does wobble because it's not right up against the wall because of all the cables and the blinds and everything. So that's something else which I didn't like about it. Finally, because I'm not using legs, this does happen to move a lot. And as you can see, it's not quite aligned. And so hoping to fix that with the new table. And also you can see generally it is quite black. I mean, I've got black speakers, a black pad, black keyboard. So I'm hoping the black setup will really make everything look nice. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna get this table out of the way and we're gonna put this one in here. Let's go. All right, so now this is all clean. We can start getting that set up. I've got a few different camera angles set up. We're gonna get into this. All right, so first off, you wanna grab your desk. Now you wanna put this upside down to start off with. Just get a knife or a box cutter. Just go around. All right, so I'm just gonna rotate this and you'll see why. So the reason I'm rotating this is because later, when I flip this up, I have to flip it on this side because the controller is gonna be in this side. If you try to flip it, if you try to roll it, it's gonna break the controller. So when I flip it this way, essentially when I flip it up, the back is going to be facing this way, so I don't have to rotate the desk by myself. So just enough space here. So this is it. This is the desk, feeling very nice. So what I'm going to do is take out all these inserts. Now I also have this one. This is the cable management bar. So it just comes wrapped in plastic. All right, so we'll leave this to the side. We'll leave it wrapped for now. All right, finally we have this big fella. Very, very heavy, so be careful when you lift it. Now there is one more thing that you have to note. There are screws here in this little spot here, so don't forget that, or else you'll be quite lost. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Instructions. Whole bag of various screw items. They're all labeled as well. Got some cables. We got the controller. All right. Okay, very, very heavy mount, number one. And then the other mounts. These weigh at least 10, 15 kilos each. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. So essentially when we lay everything out, immediately I'm just gonna put these to roughly where they're gonna be, which is the sides. And then we're just gonna lay things out roughly so that we can kind of make this a bit easier on ourselves. So I'm just gonna take this box out for now. All right, so what you need to do, first thing off, is just kind of line these up. Having a quick look at the instructions, they are a little confusing. Not as simple as IKEA, I would say, but we'll get there. So they're wanting us to use number 10 screws and number 3A screws. So I'm just going to do them very loosely. So what you have to do is, if you're struggling a little bit, just lift this up a little bit, and then it will help to align the screws. All right, so that's that side. We'll do this side. Now I'm keeping this center rail free, just so that we can still align it later. All right, so now that you've got this box screwed to this, now you need to get the ends, and the ends need to be lined up roughly with these two screw points here. As you can see, they will later screw like that. But first we're going to connect them. So we just slide them through like so. And the connection points, there's one here and there's one behind. And we're going to be using the 11 screw. All right, so the next thing that we want to be doing, so we're going to attach this to here. They are quite heavy, so let's just line them up. Now we're going to be, no specific orientation, we're going to be using the 11 screws, so the same one that we just used. So always go diagonally so that you can align the screws. But it's absolute. Now, as you can see, these are kind of empty holes, so just be careful when you are screwing inside that you don't lose the screw to the leg itself. Oh, like I just did that. So it's handy to have a magnetic screwdriver just to get it out, like so. All right, next is we're going to extend these out. We're going to align the two holes here, like so. And we're going to screw them in with the number 12 screws. All right, next up we're going to be drilling number 13 screw into here, labeled XH. It is a self-driving screw. All right, so interesting problem. I think I put it the other way around. So this controller mounting point should be on this side because there's a hole for this screw on that side. We're just gonna keep going. Hopefully it doesn't matter. This should just penetrate by itself. Yep, I was right. Okay. All right, so next is mounting the controller. It's pretty good because they give you flexibility. You can go all the way to the right, all the way to like this side, middle, or all the way. So when we flip the desk, that's the back. So I want it to be on the right-hand side, which is this side. So instructions say use screws 14. Now I don't want it to be on the very, very, very edge because I want to stick my lamp like I normally do. So we'll stick it in this. We can always move it later, but we'll just stick with this for now. Now the good thing is that they do have flexibility to move it, so we don't have to fuss around too much with getting this pinpoint accurate. But we'll try our best. So you can go as recessed or as flush as you want. Let's go with the flush. All right, we'll just leave it like that and see how we go. So that's done. All right, next is getting this cable box in. So you can see there's this little, these two claws, and they go essentially here. Now we wanna find out where is our power gonna come from. Okay, so my power is gonna come from the left side of the desk, which is this side. So that means my power socket, which you can see here, that one is going to go on the left side. So we'll just slide that in like so. They have upgraded this design. So this used to be just a figure eight. They've changed it to this 3-core, and that allows them to add an earthing to the port, and they have upgraded these legs. If you want to know if you've got the new version will have essentially the earth port. The old version will still have the figure eight. Unfortunately, we can't fit this in through here, so we will have to just put it like so, and then just put this off to the side. Now we can put this in here. So maybe a good thing to do, they recommend, is just doing a little loop like that. Now we do need to add this extension to the other side. So M2, and then we're going to connect this like so. All right, so now we're going to just thread this through here. And it should pop out like so. So once you've gotten that, you can then lift that up and then feed the rest through. That's going to give you a nice clean straight line here. So that's why it's good to not lock down these rail bars just yet. I think there's only one spot. Yep, HS. Now I'm gonna have to clean this cable management up. So luckily they do include some ways to manage this. So we'll just put it about here. Okay, so that is pretty much cable managed. Now, last thing that's left to do is to cover it all up. I figured that this actually doesn't cover the whole thing, unfortunately. So I actually wanted to update you on this cable cover. So this cable cover, as you see in the video, it doesn't fit. So I reached out to Aftershock and they told me that they've actually changed the design. It's actually extendable now. So every desk they ship out, no matter what size you get, the cover is going to fit. Now Aftershock also told me that if you ordered the same size as mine, which is the XL desktop size, and you didn't get that extendable tray and it doesn't fit, and if you would like one, you can actually reach out to them and they'll be more than happy to actually send you one, the new one, free of charge. So I'll be getting mine very soon, and if you're in that situation, by all means reach out to them and they'll send you one for free. Obviously they didn't have to do that. I actually asked them how much it would cost, but for them to actually go that extra mile, I think it really shows a lot about the company and what their values are, and they obviously have great customer service based off this, so definitely recommend that. So I'll just do it on this side, and then yeah, we can get to that. Alright, so next we're going to install the cable management bar. So it does come with a pack of screws. Now the thing I'm going to have to figure out is how I'm going to mount this. So they recommend doing it like this. So remember, this is the back of the desk. The alternative is to mount it, further back here or even here. However, that's going to block that access, and I don't want to flip it the other way around. I want to try do it like this and see how we go. Just because there are 4 pre-drilled screw holes here, so let's try that. So pretty much done. We're gonna lift it. So first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you're not flipping on the side that the controller is in. So don't flip on this side, we're gonna flip that way. Alright, now it is a heavy desk, so using your knees. Okay, now we can pull this back just a tad. So it's good to have the middle bit. And then just lifting again, making sure to not catch anything in the way. Did hit my tripod, but that's all good. That's the desk. Very big. Now I'm just gonna grab some measuring tape just to get the exact same distance. 15 centimeters. 15 centimeters. Okay. Time to plug it in and see if it works. I mean, you hope it works. Alright. You know why this is super amazing? It's because then I could just go under here and do all my cable management. But yeah, no, I don't think it will ever get this tall. 128 is the max. Let's just see how level this thing is. Because they do have feet at the bottom, so level it out if you need. That is perfectly level. That's so good. That's so good. All right, so now is the onious task of putting everything back. So this is my final desk setup, obviously 7 months later. But yeah, you can see that I'm really loving the amount of space that I get, so I can move this keyboard up and then, you know, have my papers here. You know, I love the back color scheme overall. The fact that, you know, there's no more center shaft. You can see my cable management. I did the best that I could. It's not perfect, but I did my best. So you can see I've added a lot more stuff to my desk. Therefore, I needed to, yeah, add more cables to it. That's just naturally how it works. And so that's why it's a little bit more messier than last time, but hopefully as clean as I can get it to be. And obviously you can, you know, move it up and down. So just moving it to the highest level. Yeah, and yes, it definitely does support all that weight on top. And then you can see I've got 2 cable channels for all the stuff on each side. And then my build sitting underneath. And this is just another view of everything with my lights turned off. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you found this setup video / tutorial helpful for you in deciding whether this desk is going to be suitable for you. Now, if you guys have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below, and I'll try to get around to answering them as soon as I can, if I'm able to answer them. Now, as I said earlier, I do hope to release a full review at a setup video. So if this video can get 400 likes, I'll definitely do that one for you guys. But leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon so you don't miss that video when it does go up. But that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.